welcome to HBCU 101.
I had all the no's, but I got that one I didn't give up.
Spelman's in the building.
Drum major for Morehouse's House of Funk.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to HBCU 101. I am your host, Jalil Thurman. HBCU 101 is a show that will take all over the nation, giving you the ins and outs of HBCUs with a little taste of that HBCU flavor. On today's episode, you guys are really in for a show. We have HBCU Buzz, HBCU Pride Nation, and HBCU Wall Street stopping by the show to talk about the importance of HBCUs because HBCUs matter. But before we dive into that, let's check out our HBCU news and see what's buzzing in our community.
Okay, thanks, Jalil. Hey, man, another season. All right now. Let's get to it. Lincoln University of Missouri is our newsmaker of the day. Now, they started the 2019-2020 fiscal year with their We Are Lincoln annual campaign. They were looking to raise $1.2 million. But when the smoke cleared, the campaign had brought in more than $2.2 million. School President Dr. Gerald Jones-Woolfolk said that these gifts brought us hope for stability in these uncertain times. Hey, it's a great time to be a Blue Tiger. All right, that's a quick look at the news. Back to HBCU 101 with Jalil Thurman.
HBCU 101 viewers, I am ecstatic to welcome our first guest on today's episode, Mr. Luke Lewall, CEO and founder of HBCU Buzz. Luke, what's good? What's good? Talk to us.
What's up, man? It's a great day today. You know, I'm just happy to be alive, blessed and highly favored. Happy to sit with you, man. It's been a long time.
I see you came in there with that good energy. God is good all the time.
Yeah, positive, always. I like this shirt though. That's a good sweater. HBCUs matter. I love that.
I appreciate you. Look custom.
Yeah, I got my Bowie gear on today.
Okay,
you know?
Represent Bowie State. For those that don't know, Luke is a Bowie State University alum. Luke, let's dive right into it. CEO and founder of HBCU Buzz. For those that are unfamiliar with HBCU Buzz, can you explain to them about HBCU Buzz?
So I started HBCU Buzz when I was an undergrad. I think I was about a sophomore at Bowie State University. I started HBCU Buzz to just give HBCUs a voice in the media space. I felt like we were underrepresented, and I just didn't know what was going on at different campuses while I was in undergrad. So I started HBCU Buzz just to give HBCU writers a voice, just to be able to promote our culture and things that I like, which is Black people. So yeah, that's pretty much what HBCU Buzz is. But today we are getting ready to celebrate our 10-year anniversary in March. Wow. And I'm just, pleased and happy where we are and how far we've come. And we're officially the most influential brand in the HBCU space, and we provide HBCU news, content, and editorials to the Black college community.
Yeah. Now, speaking of that, well, first of all, congratulations on the 10 year. That's beautiful.
Thanks, bro.
And speaking of what you guys are doing, how are you guys able to still connect with your audience and still push the message that HBCUs matter during COVID-19?
That's big, man. What's so funny? People ask me that all the time, and the first thing I'm like, yo, stay away from me, wear a mask. But send me a text, let's talk. How you been? What's going on? Yeah. Tweet me, text me, DM me, but stay away. Because, our health is very important. I think that's the first and foremost more than anything. But we're just engaging, man. We're trying to make sure all our HBCU campuses are represented on our different pages. We're making sure that we're responding to people and just defining different ways to connect. We've seen our engagement go up by at least 200% since COVID started. So we've been just trying to find different ways to let HBCU students know we see them, we hear them, and we're responding to people at a very faster rate just to let them know we see them. I remember before, we'll get thousands of DMs a week and we try to respond to everyone, in a timely fashion. But since COVID started, it's important that we respond to everybody, and we're constantly communicating and putting out resources for HBCU students to kind of thrive in that sense. And also, we launched our HBCU events website where we're constantly posting virtual events that all HBCU students can attend. So it's just finding different ways to engage and steer conversations around what we're doing is what we're doing since COVID started.
Okay. Now, I think that's dope. Now, what can we expect from HBCU Buzz from the rest of the year?
I mean, from now to the end of the fall or the fall academic semester, we're just creating cool campaigns, working with different partners to try to lift up the spirits, even though we're not on campus. We're creating different virtual opportunities for students to win scholarships, promote whatever they have on campus. I think during this time, it's been very dope for us to display the creativity of different students on different campuses, because during this time, people are at home, they're creating TikToks, they're creating these funny viral videos, and we've been posting those a lot, and just finding different ways to promote them, let them know we see them, and just engage more. That's the name of the game this fall. Trying to engage as much as we can.
And I think it's definitely important to engage with the freshman class. I think for those, didn't get the prom that they wanted, didn't get the graduation that they wanted, and then not all HBCUs will be open this fall. And so some of them aren't getting that experience that we so much talk about, that we so much praise, from homecomings to Yard Fest to freshman week. So I definitely think that, you guys taking a route for engaging is important and is essential, especially for the freshman class.
One of the things we're doing, and it's so crazy because I really hate in-person events, but we saw the opportunity to give our HBCU family or freshmen or new students coming into the fold an opportunity to showcase their voice, talk about issues that oppress them or issues that they're having on campus or issues of just being Black. So we organized this march in Washington, D.C. a couple days ago, just trying to figure out different ways to give HBCU students a voice. And a lot of people came out. It was great. I think the takeaway from this was obviously trying to figure out different ways to mobilize students to vote, educate people on the stimulus, and just give people a forum to come out and say issues or talk about issues that are oppressing them, issues that they're dealing with on campus, transitioning to the whole COVID things and everything that's going on in their community. And it was wonderful. I think the biggest takeaway from that event was just seeing different HBCU students from all over the world come together and showcase whatever issues that they have. And our partners were phenomenal in making sure that the attendance was great, and it was dope.
I agree. I was in attendance myself, so it was one of those experiences that I'm glad I could be a part of. Luke, want to say thank you for stopping by, rapping with us about HBCU Buzz, what we can expect. But for those that do not know, can you please let them know where they can find HBCU Buzz?
You can go to @HBCU Buzz on any social media platform. Go to www.hbcubuzz.com and check us out.
Cool. Look, it's Jalil, it's Luke, it's HBCU 101. You guys don't go nowhere. Today's Wear Brim Spotlight is Alabama State University alumna Bianca Dunn. She's a wardrobe stylist, visual artist, and creative director. As an artist, her work has and always will be meant to uplift and impact people to continue to press forward. She is a vessel and will continue to use her gifts to impact the world in love and light. If you know someone who should be featured on the Wear Brim Spotlight, please email us at info@hbcu101.com.
HBCU 101.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to HBCU 101. I am your host, Jalil Thurman. Now I have a very special guest from North Carolina A&T State University, Mr. Travis P. Jackson himself. Some of you may know him as being the CEO and founder of HBCU Pride Nation. Travis, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the show.
Just get it, man. I appreciate it, bro.
HBCU Pride Nation. Tell the world a little bit about HBCU Pride Nation and why you guys were founded and why did you create the company?
I created it because I've seen that there was a void when mainstream media was not giving HBCUs the credit that it deserves for why they exist. And I established it originally on Twitter because I wanted to meet people where they were, and I knew that in order to change the perspective on HBCUs and to get people to want to go to HBCUs, I needed to use those that were on on social media at the time. And then also HBCU Pride Nation, our new tagline is "We connect the HBCU to you." Okay. And what that means is connecting alumni to alumni, HBCUs to their own story, corporations to the HBCU culture, and then prospective students to HBCUs.
Okay.
We do it through merchandise, we do it through events, we do it through social media, and a couple of other avenues. And we've been able to be in existence for almost 10 years now.
Okay. Well, congratulations on that.
Thanks.
Now, you've been in business for 10 years, and you've been connecting HBCUs to you. How are you and how is HBCU Pride Nation doing that now? Within the pandemic that we're in, how are you guys still able to connect HBCUs to you?
So being that we're already a digital platform online, we are able to continue to put out the information about HBCUs. We've been able to pivot and produce different events on Zoom. One or two, which was the HBCU mental health check-in. About 100 people came out and got some information on mental health because of COVID. And then we also had the virtual HBCU Pride Days, where faculty and administration of HBCUs were able to come and talk about their HBCU and why students should come to the HBCU. So that was very, very successful.
So, Trav.
Yes, sir.
Why do HBCUs matter?
HBCUs matter because Black people matter first and foremost. Mm-hmm. HBCUs matter because they produce some of the greatest, they have produced and are still producing some of the greatest African American people, such as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Thurgood Marshall, Nikki Giovanni, Felicia Rashad, and others that are doing major things now. HBCUs matter because when our ancestors didn't have the opportunity to be equipped with a quality education, the HBCU took them in and provided them with what they needed, as well as HBCUs have always been the voice of the voiceless and the hope for the hopeless. And whenever you see any type of movement that pertains to African American history or U.S. history as it pertains to us, HBCUs were always in the forefront or behind the scenes of something. So you cannot talk about the world without talking about historically Black colleges and universities.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But you did touch on something, HBCU history. So let's give you a little HBCU trivia. Let's see what history you do know. All right. Okay. Cheney University at one point in time was called a different name. What was that name?
It was the Institute for the Colored Youth, and then before that, it was the African Institute.
Okay. So you know a little something.
I know a little something, man. I don't know.
Like an HBCU encyclopedia.
Hey, be honest with you, bro. I would love to create one.
Trav, before we let you go, let the people know where they can find you.
You can find me at HBCU Pride Nation, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And then you can find me personally at I am Travis P. Jackson. And then our website is www.hbcuprideshop.com.
Got you. Well, Travis, I'd like to say thank you for taking time to stop by HBCU 101. It's been a pleasure. All right. Thank you.
Shout out to the people.
When we return, we'll have another special guest from HBCU Wall Street to kind of talk about how they've been able to impact and pivot during this time for HBCUs. It's Jalil, it's Travis, it's HBCU 101. Stay tuned. Did you know that there are HBCUs located in North Carolina, South Carolina, Maryland, Virginia, Washington, D.C., Texas, Florida, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, California, Louisiana, Pennsylvania, Missouri, and Mississippi?
HBCU 101.
Welcome back to HBCU 101. I am your host, Jalil Thurman, all right? And I have the pleasure of being joined by co-founder of the HBCU Wall Street, Mr. Jamerus Payton himself. Jamerus,
man,
how are you?
I'm doing amazing, man. Thank you for having me, man.
The pleasure is all mine. The pleasure is all mine.
man. No, it's definitely the other way around, man. It's definitely an amazing opportunity, like I said, man, and an honor, man, to be able to build with you, bro, like we always do, but to be able to do it here. So
definitely.
Thank you.
The HBCU community is so unique, and we've been able to build. But let's dive right into it. Let's talk HBCUs. For those that are unfamiliar and do not know about HBCU Wall Street, give them a little taste on HBCU Wall Street and why you guys were founded and the purpose.
Yeah. So HBCU Wall Street, our mission is to help the HBCU community increase cash flow in their network through acquiring assets. So basically what we do, we're a platform that come up with original content and or use it for other people's content to be able to talk about the importance of ownership. So it's a lot more of us are in this whole financial literacy, economic opportunity space. We wanted to learn more about that. So we wanted to be a vessel to be able to tell people about that.
I got you. Now, you guys have been able to pivot during this time. Yeah. How have you guys been able to? And then what has been some of the things that you guys have really been trying to spread the message as far as HBCUs and in wealth within our community?
Yeah, absolutely. So the pivot happened kind of organically for us. So we've been around for about 4 or 5 years now, preaching this the gospel of economics, group economics, financial literacy. So during this time, during most recessions, there's opportunities for entrepreneurs, anybody that kind of has the opportunity to see opportunities, to see opportunities, right? Mm. So what we've been able to do and what we're doing, Torrance and the HBCU Realty team has been able to work with a group down in Tuskegee to find a project through Realty. So they're going to be working to kind of get that property going and create jobs and housing opportunity for students around the campus. For myself, what's been a year-long project, I decided to take the time during COVID to sit down and finish the book, HBCU Nomics. Okay. So basically spreading the message, what we've been talking about for the last 5 years, but through a creative art form where it's a fictional financial literacy story. So that's how we're just taking advantage of the opportunity that's given through us and to us. They're just finishing projects and getting the work done. Nevertheless, despite what's being thrown at us, bro.
Now, I commend you guys on that. Because financial literacy, fiscal fitness isn't something that is talked about enough within the Black and brown communities. So I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys finding that need and wanting to be the solution to the problem of what we're lacking in certain conversations within our community.
Yeah. And then, and for us, man, it actually kind of happened organically, right? So Torrance and I, we graduated from North Carolina A&T State University, and it was crazy. Around the same time, we had that wake up call, like this job. It's got to be more to just a 9 to 5. You know how it's like you get your first job at a college. You think you're quote unquote rich, wealthy, and then you start learning about some things that you weren't taught back in our community, like you mentioned. So Torrance and I have always been advocates for spreading knowledge on what we didn't know and like making sure we help to cut time in half for everybody. So like that's kind of how it was like originally birthed for us. So just wanted to be able to share our experiences with people. And then what we ended up doing with HBCU Wall Street, partner up with an amazing person by Travis Jackson, and wanted to make sure we tapped into spreading that knowledge about what we've learned from an economic standpoint. And we've always been entrepreneurs, so we wanted to make sure, like I said, we cut time in half for people and just kind of like let them know our experiences. And the HBCU market was something that we knew, but being alumni and graduates, understanding that the HBCU community is a huge advocate for or rather I should say it's a huge component or for the Black middle class and the Black economy. So just making sure that if we could spread information and knowledge that, like you said, we're not usually hearing in our houses, in our community. Right. If we could be a vessel for that, we wanted to play our part and helping our people to become smarter producers and more informed consumers is basically what we wanted to make sure we were articulating through HBC Wall Street. So and we've been able to do a lot of amazing things through HBCU Wall Street. Torrance Reed, who is the tech genius of the brand, has been able to take the brand and be able to partner with amazing people to help build the platforms like My Black Receipt, which was a huge initiative that just happened with Keith Williams. And then just me being able to really just take my background in operations and startups and being a creative and just bring that together full circle, bro.
Yeah, I commend you guys on that. And being able to bring things full circle is definitely important. All right, now for the people that are out there, where can they actually find HBCU Wall Street?
Yeah, so website, hbcuwallstreet.com, on all social media platforms, HBCU Wall Street. We're very big on Instagram. That's where we're the most active.
Gotcha.
I think we're, just follow us there. You can follow me at Jamerus Payton on all platforms, and Torrance as well as Torrance Reed on all platforms. Instagram, Torrance Reed 3.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
It's HBCU 101. It's Jalil. It's Jamerus. Stay tuned. Approximately 70,000 to 100,000 Americans have sickle cell disease, the most common form of an inherited blood disorder.
HBCU 101. Welcome back to HBCU 101.
Next week on HBCU 101, it's DJ Envy.
I mean, for myself, I didn't want to go to college. School wasn't something that I wanted to do. It was something that my parents wanted me to do. I was the first person in my family to actually get a degree, first person in my family to go to college. So for them, it meant a lot, not being able to afford it, not being able to go. So my parents wanted me to go to an HBCU. That was their thing. That's what they wanted me to do.
Okay.
And at first, I started DJing before I went to college. So I was like, I'm making money here. This is what I want to do. I want to get in the music industry.
That's it for today's episode of HBCU 101. I'd like to send a special thanks to Luke, Travis, and Jamerus for stopping by and talking to us about not only the companies that they represent, but the importance of HBCUs. For the entire crew, I am Jalil Thurman, and we'll see you next week.